Wow. Well, here I am at another video. Oh. Okay, today, just read in the news, saw in the news, actually. There is a White Lives Matter march that is being planned for a number of cities in the United States. White Lives Matter. Now, we all know how that's going to friggin' turn out. You're going to have a lot of other race protesters, of course. I'm not sure if the neo-Nazis are involved, or the Ku Klux Klan, or the Proud Boys, or whatever, or the White Panther Party. I'm not sure. But this thing was splashed across the ticker tape thing while I was watching Channel 5 News. And something about White Lives Matter marches. I mean, talk about looking for trouble. I mean, just even showing up for that march, the government, you know, is going to put you on a goddamn list of agitators. And since we're being culture sensitive now, that, you know, allegedly white people are born racist, you know, there's the arguments. And I've been hearing a lot of arguments about White Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter. And some of these oddballs from both sides of the coin are just so out there. I can't even believe that these people actually exist. You know, let's take the Masters, the golf tournament. Tiger Woods won that thing 3 times. Arnold Palmer, I think, like 4 times maybe. And now a Japanese guy, the first Asian ever to win the Masters in history, first ever. You know, and the sensitive culture thing was like, oh, congratulations. And some of the remarks was like, it's a great thing for you and your race. You and your race? How about for you and your country instead of you and your race? I was like, oh my God. And then I read some more comments. And says if any white person wins the Masters, it's considered racist. Actually, who sets the fucking guidelines? Right? Who sets the guidelines for what is racist and what is not racist? Just because a bunch of friggin' millennial jack-offs on the internet are throwing that out there on blogs and websites, trying to dictate what is racist and what is not racist, what is in the law and what is out of the law, what you could be prosecuted for. So if a white guy is wearing a Imperial Japan t-shirt with the rising sun and all that stuff, is that considered racist? Is it racist if an Asian guy wore a Nike t-shirt with, you know, because we know that Nike is like sponsored, or they sponsor a lot of black basketball players and football players. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that. I'm not trying to sound racist or anything, but that is how this is turned into. It's turned into. You know, I mean, White Lives Matter, the counterculture, the Black Lives Matter. I mean, I remember back when I was young, I used to hear a lot of white power, brown power, black power. You know, I used to hear a lot of this stuff back in the 70s, right? Early 70s when I was a kid. Nice to hear this kind of crazy shit. You know? And all that is just agitation. That's all they were doing. All these groups that was doing that was just agitating. You know? And it was not against the law to say white power, black power, brown power, whatever power. It was not against the law. You know, of course it could be racist, but it was not said in a racist content. You know, black powers for the blacks, white powers for the whites, brown powers for, you know, it's all about being proud of who you were. At that time period in the 70s, it was not considered racist. You couldn't go to jail over it. You could not be prosecuted. Right? Nowadays, if you wear a... Let's take an example of a band. There's a lot of neo-Nazi skinhead bands out there. If you wore a Screwdriver t-shirt, let's just say that. Let's just say it, just for the sake of saying it. And everybody knew who it was, you're a racist. Not because of the music, it's because of who they stand for. You know? And, I mean, even they said, even with, I remember reading a comment, oh gosh, about 6, 7, 8 months ago maybe, that black metal, I think some black guys made a big fuss about white Europeans playing in heavy metal bands calling themselves black metal. And they considered that racist. They also considered racist if a white guy wants to become a rapper. They consider that racist. You know, as if you're not allowed to play this kind of music because of your skin color kind of thing. You know, if you actually want to say that. You know, it's like having 2 white guys, an Asian guy, and 2 black guys playing in a mariachi band. You know, some people would say that's ridiculous. It's almost like seeing a dog on a bicycle, right? I mean, you know where I'm coming from, right, with all this. So basically this video is all about how people are bored. They're trying to make trouble. They're trying to stir the pot. Now White Lives Matter marches, protesters. If a white person won the Masters, it's considered racist. Well, Jeff DeFaro says you fucking people need help. You need some serious help, huh?